Hey yo, welcome back to a weekly challenge video here on Black Ops 7. Today we're here on week number 2 and we're going to be unlocking for your week 2 rewards the XM325 Titan Wield, which essentially allows you to take your XM325 LMG and dual wield them, one on each hand as your attachment. That's actually kind of insane, and the last time we saw something like this was when they did it from last season with the Akita shotgun, and we all know how that went on multiplayer. It was a disaster for an entire week. But either way, we are going to be unlocking that today, and as you guys know, when I usually do these type of videos, I love to do it on endgame. It's just easier for me, it's more fun for me. I don't gotta stress out about doing certain things on multiplayer. I don't really know how to do zombies, and we're just not really into Warzone right now. And of course, the TLDR is it doesn't matter where you guys complete your challenges. It doesn't matter if you mix it up doing 2 in endgame, 2 in multiplayer, 2 in zombies, 2 in Warzone, whatever it is. As long as you complete 6, you will get your week reward. And so with that said, here are the 6 challenges we're gonna be doing here for co-op and endgame. Kill 100 enemies with or affected by your abilities. Get 50 kills with the frag grenade or cluster grenade. Complete toxin chase or roadside salvage activity 3 times. Eliminate 200 guild tech enemies. Successfully escape in zone 3 or higher. Complete the cargo intercept or evidence collection assignments 2 times. So there's a lot going on here. What I do need to do is a quick pre-prep before we go into our match. So we're just gonna go to my operator. We're gonna go to major ability. As much as I like crash cart, unfortunately we just aren't gonna be able to use this one right now. I think the fastest one to actually get this done is probably gonna be war machine, so we'll go with that. And then we're just gonna have to hope for the best. And I know aside from week 2, there's also a side event going on right now that's gonna end in 12 days, which is the escalation directive. Right now there's a whole bunch of stuff going on with that. I'll explain that in a separate video, but there's basically certain challenges you can do to get camos for every gun, and when you complete them all you get like a super special camo. It's basically a reason to get camos. Now looking at the challenges here, I didn't think I'd have to ever say this ever, but unfortunately I think we're gonna want to make sure that our world event is gonna be the Wraithwing event. We don't need to do the Wraithwing event and actually win it. We just want it because it spawns so much guild tech. But I do want to knock out some of these assignments and activities really quickly because those ones are going to be a little bit more time consuming than anything else. And I believe Toxin Chase was one of them, so I'm going to just go ahead and ping this one right away. And we had to do like 3 of them, so let's go and do that. I know it should be like right here. I don't know why it's not showing up, so I'm just gonna see if it's gonna take a while. It probably will. I'm assuming maybe it just hasn't like loaded in properly or something like that. I don't know. All right, and there we go. I don't know why it didn't pop up before, but this one should be pretty easy. You don't actually have to follow the butterflies like to an exact T. As long as you roughly know where it's going to end up going, you guys are pretty much good to go. I honestly hate the cargo intercept, so I don't think I'm actually going to do that one. So we're probably going to go with evidence collection assignment instead. There's the evidence collection, and then I swear there's like a roadside salvage sometimes around here, but I guess someone maybe have done it already. But on the way we go. If you guys don't know, there's usually like 3 or 4 different types of assignments. They're basically like the blue tasks that you guys can do, and none of them are worth it except for the HVTs, because the HVTs are the easiest, the fastest ones you can do, and you get the same amount of combat rating as you would for doing all the other ones. I'm pretty sure it's like 2,000, or at least in this area. Oh my god, I thought someone took it. It like de-pinged. All right, let me go ahead and take this. And I'm out of here. I don't really need to do all that. Actually, I could stay here for a second and do this, though. I need to get some kills with this, right? Bing, bang, and a boom, bang. And if I did that right, I'm pretty sure, yeah, 15 out of 100. So probably what I'm going to want to keep in mind is while I'm doing my ability is anytime that my war machine is active, stop for a second, use up all the ammo, get some kills, and then move on. All right. I'm not really going to stay here to do the things that it wants me to do. I'm literally just going to be here to touch this machine right here. And I am out of here. How many times did it say I gotta do something like this? I gotta do it like twice or something like that? And there is some free guild tech. All right, let's go do the black box. I have to do the evidence collection assignment twice. That is so annoying. As much as this is good for like getting enemies and stuff like that, it is just, you know, time consuming. I gotta wait for this thing to get to 100%. But if you haven't completed last week's where you need to destroy VTOLs and stuff, it's technically not bad because it will spawn in a few VTOLs for you guys. I'm not too sure if the signal strength actually really matters. Like if I change it to medium by moving away, does it make it go any faster, any slower? Does the amount of percentage I get actually change or anything? That I have no clue. Couldn't tell you. All right, that's one assignment done. Usually there's like a roadside salvage that happens right here. And I don't know if it's just because there's still a lot of like green quests around around in this area that it's just not spawning in. So I'm probably gonna clear some just to clear them out. I'm also gonna need to look for a grenade at some point, or a cluster grenade. Cluster grenade. Okay, well, there goes my stim. I need to get 50 kills with the cluster grenade, and luckily there's also some guild tech right here. I swear I stuck him, and well, he didn't die. So we'll just do it the normal way. Or actually, war machine. Completely forgot. I'm always forgetting. I never use these stuff. I got a little bit more here. Anybody else who wants some? Oh, you're still here. Okay. Somehow I missed at point blank. Great. Awesome. And just like I said, the roadside salvage is spawned in, which is absolutely great. So I'll come back for the surprise shipment just so that I have something else to like knock off the map. But I'm going to go for this one first. Go to it. Opened it. Take my grenade. Didn't do anything to you guys, I guess. I don't know. All right, so we're up to 2. We just need 1 more. I could actually complete this right now as well because the toxin chase is back. I might as well go do this. And then because that surprise shipment is always glitched, that thing is just never going to leave my screen. So I'm going to go and complete that as well. I'm just going to go this way. And done. In endgame, complete toxin chase or roadside salvage activity 3 times. Let's go. I love that there's some guild tech here as well. It's definitely going to help out. I just realized I have a cluster grenade, and I don't know why I kept thinking that it's something that's going to stick like a Semtex. All right, so that's 1 down and 5 more to go. But we are almost done our abilities, so that's good. The guild tech, though, is going to take a hot minute. I think, honestly, the Wraith event, the Wraith Wing, will actually be better for this. Honestly, there is something that we could do, and it'll just save us some time right now, and that's literally just exfilling. Because it says to successfully escape in zone 3 or higher, we're already in zone 4 or tier 4 is what I call it. So technically, I could just leave just to leave and then go to an easier area later. I'm pretty sure if I manage to go all the way to like Clifftown, there should be a lot of guild tech there as well. But if I just reset now, it'll kind of just save some time. We do have the war machine. That is like the worst one we could have ever gotten. Like I always say, when you can't punch, you arrow 109. Complete toxin chase or roadside salvage activity 3 times. Successfully escape in zone 3 or higher. All right, and then we just run it back. All right, we do want another evidence collection assignment. Let's see if we can get one somewhere here. Supply disruption, evidence assignment. There it is. It'll be the same thing as before. We talk to the dead body, we go and hit a machine, and then we go to a black box, and then we kill a bunch of VTOLs, kill a bunch of enemies, get the data uploaded, and then call it a day. Cool, there's a bunch of them right there. I don't think that's gonna kill them. Oh, it killed 3 of them. Not bad. All right, let's get in and get out, and we are out of here. My war machine is also almost ready to go, so that's good. And like I said, I'm really hoping, and I would rarely ever say this, I'm kind of hoping that we get the Wraithwing event just so that we can get guild tech kills. Only reason. Oh yeah, I can use my war machine. I think there's like a guy, yeah, like right there. What are you doing? If I could just get a VTOL to come in before I run out on this. Will it happen in time? Nope. No, it won't. Complete the cargo intercept or evidence collection assignment 2 times. Cluster grenades and guild tech enemies. I don't really know right now where I would go for a lot of guild tech. I don't really want to travel too far from where I am. But also, depending if we actually get like a Wraith event, I'm gonna have to travel regardless. Technically, Colossus would be pretty good. I just don't know if the unknown entities still also count as guild tech. But you would think so, but it also just might not. The Wraith Wing! There's people doing it at the top of the map. I guess I will go over here to the coastal area. It is going to be quite the drive. It is going to be quite the swim now. We are going to take a quick pit stop right here. Do a little of this work. If only I had Mega Punch. I know I say this in like every video, but it's like, come on. Hacked it. Let's go. All right, we're going all the way near the golf club. All right, it has started. I'm not here to complete this world event. I am solely here to get guild tech kills. So I'm gonna have 9 minutes of fun if hopefully I can actually find a lot of guild tech. And honestly, would have been way easier if I did have my Mega Punch. This idea I thought that was good is already proving to be really bad. I can't see. I can't really hear. This is horrible. I can't focus on anything. Oh my god, it's like I'm getting nuked over and over and over again. What am I at? 31. Oh my god, this was a horrible idea. I think it's horrible because I don't have anyone else here that can tank a bunch of these shots while I go and actually look for these guild techs to kill them. You know what I mean? Like usually you would have an entire lobby here and then you wouldn't get bothered because they would actually be aggroed on the people that are actually shooting at them, you know? In my head, in theory, this was a great idea. I'm not even gonna lie. That was miserable. That was the most miserable 10 minutes ever over. You guys remember how excited I was about 10 minutes ago? Totally not worth it. Note to self, do not do that event if you don't even at least have a squad or people willing to do the event. Out of all that, I got 66, which in 10 minutes, I honestly don't even know if that's a good thing. But we are 88 out of 100. I should be able to pretty much get this thing done at some point. Do as I say and not as I do. If you want to just break it down into things that are just going to be a lot easier to handle, I highly suggest just going to the tier 3 zone like I'm in right now. Go off to the edges of the map over here, kind of like this guy is. Horde up a bunch of zombies and then just go and use your abilities like the war machine, get all your kills. And in the same way, you could also just use the cluster grenades or the frag grenades that you have and then just get them all hoarded up like I'm about to do right here. Let them make sure that they actually die to your grenade. You know, something like this a little bit. Because, I mean, like, look at this. They tend to kind of just jump around anyway. I don't want to deal with him, so I'm out of here. And then when it comes to guild tech, we'll just do it completely separate. Because I, right now, cannot imagine me doing what I just did for 10 minutes and only get 66 when we need 200. We are at 94 out of 100, so this will actually be just about the finishing blow right here for this. Kill 100 enemies with or affected by your abilities. Perfect. We're at 28 out of 50 for the cluster grenades, so I'm probably gonna head to exfil. We only have 18 minutes, and then just throw my grenades at like random enemies that we find along the way, zombies and such. Are we gonna get guild tech in here? Hoping? Oh yeah! My grenade didn't get in there, but that's okay. Ah, we can get another one right here too. What are we at now? 37 and 77. There's not going to be a lot of robots spawn from this, but it's better than nothing, I think, you know? Come with me, zombies. Horde with me. I'm going to throw a bunch of these grenades on the floor, and I really need you guys to die to them. Yes, yes. Just like that. Get 50 kills with a frag grenade or cluster grenade equipment. Complete the cargo intercept or evidence collection assignment 2 times. Kill 100 enemies with or affected by your abilities. Before I do anything else, I want to put Crash Cart back on there because there's no way I'm going through another match without it. And then we run it back, hopefully for the last time. Honestly, I might have to go all the way to Clifftown. I will try to hit these surprise shipments on the way, but it seems like the only reasonable option. But there is a few right here, which is also nice. Okay, it's glitched, I guess, for now. And never mind, we're back. Nice, very nice. I don't know where they all came from, but I'm about it. Clifftown is like on the other end of the map. It's just so annoying to get to, but we're just gonna have to try to figure it out. And there's another surprise shipment right here, so I'm just gonna do as much as I can of them as I go along the map. Because don't get me wrong, I am completely right, 100% right about doing like the Wraith Wing event. It's just that when there's nobody doing it and it's only targeting you, it's basically impossible to get through. Also, I'm going to get my stim shot back. Actually, you know what I could test? There was a decent amount of them here, and this one actually spawned back in. So let's see if I'm lucky enough to be able to go back and forth, which is a really annoying method, a very boring one at that. But if I get really lucky and they just constantly keep spawning more and more of the robots there, then I guess I could just stay here. Then I wouldn't have to go all the way to Clifftown, but even then, Clifftown's probably the better option. And that's not what I wanted. I was even going to say a rhino would even be good too. Alright, well I wasn't lucky enough for that one, so I'm going to go back to my original plan and just head out again. Another Wraithwing is actually crazy, and I just can't justify it if there's not enough people there. Please give me 4 of them right here. Another dog. Nobody's buying a lottery ticket today. Alright, 3 dogs in a row. That's absurd. Prime targets aren't too bad. 4 dogs in a row is actually crazy. Old Arsenal is also supposed to be pretty decent for these robot spawns, these guild techs. But knowing my luck so far, wouldn't be surprised if that's very untrue. Don't tell me that I'm tripping. Oh my god, 5 dogs in a row is crazy. I'm gonna wait for it to say there's reinforcements coming so that I can potentially get more robots to come in. Perfect, robots. Only 2, but better than nothing, I guess. Not gonna lie, This is way too slow for me. This is the most boring thing I have done ever. Kill check, by the way, we're at 175. At this point, I've just been running around looking for surprise shipments and grid takedowns because this is just ridiculous. Prime targets are also good because they'll spawn a few as well, but this is just not fun. I'm not gonna lie, that was miserable. Just completely miserable. 186 is what we're at right now. I just want to get this over with. I cannot take this. And of course, a dog. There's a prime target over here that might just be enough to get this done. All right, that's 1. That's 2. That's my 3 right there, but he keeps strafing. And then that should be 4. I literally just need 1 more. Please, just give me 1 more. That is insane that I am just 1 off. I'll literally have like a 33% chance right here. I'll either get a dog, a rhino, or 4 of these robots. What am I getting? And it's a rhino. Let's finish this. Okay, okay, okay. Week 2 challenges completed. Eliminate 200 guild tech enemies. And yes, I hated every second of that because I know that I could have had that done a long time ago if only there were actually people at the event. But I also understand why people don't go to the event. Like, I wouldn't go to the event too. Hands down, one of the worst, if not the worst, live event, world event, whatever, that they have here on Endgame. And with that is every single one of the challenges, so I am exfilling out of here right now. Oh, it's finally over. Oh my god. Eliminate 200 guild tech enemies and weekly challenge week 2 complete. Complete any 6 challenges from this week in co-op and endgame, multiplayer, zombies, or Warzone. The XM325 Titan wield. Honestly, I think it's only right that we actually see what this weapon is gonna look like because it just sounds absolutely ridiculous. So XM325, and I'll use my own custom build one here. I honestly don't think we're gonna need an optic on this, so we'll just take that off, go to the stock, and then go down to dual wield belt fed. So this is what we're looking for, the Titan wield. Incompatible modifications, we're just gonna equip it, and there we go. I guess that's it. So it took away my underbarrel and my magazine, so I guess I could just put a scope on it. I don't think it matters. I am just gonna put Genesis back on there just because we are on endgame. And then let's go see what this looks like in the firing range. Yeah, no, that seems ridiculous. I want to see what happens if I inspect this. Okay, my dude's gotta have some jacked arms to be carrying both of these with one hand, mind you. And then how does this thing perform? Okay. Yeah, no, definitely overheats like crazy. It also takes a decent bit of time to get it going. But I guess ideally you'd probably want to use like just one. When it overheats, you go and use the other one. And well, it doesn't happen to finish the overheat on one before it gets to the other one. So that's not really ideal. But I guess if you like time it out right and you use enough of this one before it overheats, you know, you could kind of go between the two. But that's an interesting gun. That will definitely help in shred when you are leveling this thing up if you decide to do so. Like, what are the weapon prestige camos for this? Is it worth it? You got Voltaic Prestige 1, which is okay. Faded, which has a bunch of skulls and roses, which is pretty decent. You got your standard stuff. And then your weapon prestige master level 250 is basically like a tiger claw, dinosaur claw type of thing. It honestly kind of reminds me of like Monster Energy, but if someone said like we have Monster Energy at home. Now in terms of endgame, does that probably shred through the Z-Rex and Wagner? Probably, but I'm not too interested right now to find out. But there you guys go. That is all your 6 weekly challenges here for Black Ops 7 on week 2, at least for endgame. So just remember, you can still go and complete these out even if you have this done and just get more XP on top of that to grind out to get to level 1000 or to like whatever prestige you guys are trying to get at. You can still go to zombies, you can still go to Warzone. Eventually these will all just basically complete themselves as you play if you decide to play in multiple modes. Mostly for me, it's endgame and Warzone, so I'll just be getting random XP as I play. And again, you don't have to do this all in a single game mode. You could do 2 from here, 2 from here, 2 from here, and that would be more than enough to get your weekly reward for whatever week you're on. But alright guys, another tick for the season 2 rewards for K9 Havoc and Swords of Swords. Another few weeks here and we will get these ones unlocked and ready to use. Alright, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, consider dropping that like, subscribe if you haven't already, with notifications turned on so you don't miss out when I upload videos like this. And of course, if you guys are watching this video, I might be live over on Twitch right now at twitch.tv/FlipArtz live. The link is down in the description below, but I'll catch you guys next time. Catch you on the flip side. Arts out.